Hi, I'm Hils Grew. I'm part of the leadership team at Trinity Cheltenham, and I'm really excited to tell you about my new book, Known. Here are 3 things about it. Firstly, it's a book for women. Secondly, it's a book on identity. I've had the privilege of leading and speaking to and working with women of all kinds of different ages, both here and overseas. And I'm really convinced that knowing who we truly are really matters. I believe it's key to our relationship with God, to the way we relate to each other. It's key to the way we do life and key to the kind of legacy that we end up leaving. But I think the sad thing is that so often our true identities remain buried, hidden under the badges that life sticks on us, whether those are badges that have come from past experiences or labels that our present age tries to stick on us and define us with. And any of those labels and badges that get stuck to us, they end up impacting the way we live. And yet we know, don't we, that God has redefined us. He's given us a new identity, but it's only as we become sure about it and grow in confidence in it that we're able to rise up and fly and live the life He's called us to. So this book, Known, invites you on a journey to dig deeper into that true identity, to discover or to remember. If you're like me, the enemy's always trying to make us forget who we truly are, who God says we are in Him, and to become more and more confident in that identity that He's given us. The third thing about the book is that I've written it as a devotional, not as a book with chapters in it, because I've found over the years that little and often helps me and provides me with an opportunity to do a bit more business with God. So the book is divided up into weeks. Each week looks alternately at one aspect of our identity. I'm a daughter, I'm a masterpiece, I'm an overcomer, I'm a witness. And then alternately looking at one aspect of God's identity. He's a father, He's a rescuer, He's a provider, He's a promise keeper. Because obviously knowing who we are, our true God-given identity, is connected to whose we are. Each week there are 5 days where there's a reading and an activation and a suggestion for prayer, and then there's a couple of days in each week that are more interactive and provide a slightly bigger springboard for our connection with Jesus. And the great thing about it is there are no dates in it, because I can get a bit stuck with dates. So you can either begin at the beginning and work your way through it, or you can dip into it and jump around. And if you put it down for a couple of weeks, or life overtakes you like it often does me, you don't end up feeling guilty and you don't end up feeling left behind. I said 3 things, but I want to add a little PS about it. All the proceeds from the books are going to help and support and bless the most vulnerable, destitute women in Burundi, going to fund a scheme that provides them with training for a life skill to offer them a way out of poverty, and that offers them the opportunity to discover the love of God. It's been really fun beginning to hear stories of women who have been digging into this. So I want to encourage you to grab a copy for yourself or for a friend or for some of the key women in your life, to bless them and to know at the same time that you are blessing a stranger overseas.